Hey, today we're going to talk about a discussion going around about a stealth nerf. Then we'll look at the support team's response to it. I'll talk about the latest major order because we've won. Not only that, but I'll also go over much more in today's video. If you find it helpful, consider tapping the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications below if you haven't already. Alright, before we start the video, I'm a bit sick, so I'll sound slightly different throughout this video. So with that said, let's talk about a secret nerf that players have been discussing lately. I personally haven't noticed, but there's a change that affected the Diligence Counter Sniper, Anti-Material Rifle, and Adjudicator. Now, the good news is that the support team has commented on this situation, which we'll go over together in a moment. What I'd like to do is showcase the before and after changes, talk a bit about why it happened, and then look at the support team's response. What we have first is a comparison before and after change to the anti-material rifle. Specifically, what has happened here is that the weapon sway is no longer the same as it was in earlier patches. You can see on the left, this is before patch 01.002.200, where players have noticed the sway is a lot faster than previously. On the right side is the current patch that we're all on, and it's noticeably slower when the weapon sways left to right. You're probably wondering why I've slowed it down. It's to show exactly how fast it is. But what I'm going to do here is speed it up to normal speed so you can get a better idea. The change is indeed noticeable, and like I've said, I wasn't aware of this until just recently. Anyway, we're not going to stop there. We're going to see what has changed with the Diligence Counter Sniper. Now again, we're going to see what it looked like before on the left side, and on the right side is the current patch. The weapon sway here is the same situation as before with the anti-material rifle. It's apparent that it's slower. To give you a better idea, I'll show what it looks like in third person. If you pay close attention to the middle circle, previously the circle is snappier than it is currently after patch. You can see how quickly it snaps to the middle previously, and now it takes slightly longer to reach the middle. It's obvious that it's not as quick as it was in prior patches. Lastly, we're going to see what the Adjudicator looks like when it sways left and right. I will say that I can slightly tell that it's slower, but it's nothing that affects the weapon drastically in my opinion, and I don't think it's terrible by any means. Nevertheless, those are the comparisons before and after the patch. Let's see what the support team had to say about it. The information I'm about to show comes from a diver that uploaded his own comparison, and in the comments, one of the players posted a message from the support team, and they wrote, "Hey Helldiver, this is incredibly odd. We've been testing this, and it's unexpected, unsure as to what's going on. But after having a chat with coworkers, it appears this has also affected the counter sniper and adjudicator. So far, we think it may be due to the scope, but we aren't so certain. Regardless, thank you for sending a report on it. We're working as to investigate and replicate it on our back end as to figure out what's gone on and how to fix it. If there's any other weapons that have the same issue as this, feel free to reopen this ticket, it'll reopen it, and you'll be able to move to the front of my queue for a quick and prompt reply. Cheers." Now you might be questioning whether or not this is a legit post from the support team. Well, it is, because the support team member N is actually a support team member who has replied to players in the past on Reddit, as you can see in this screenshot here, so it's legit. Also, this comment was posted 2 weeks ago, and I'm assuming the QA team is still doing some tests on it to figure out what has happened, and eventually the developers will patch it. The question is, how did this happen? Well, there's a theory going around that after patch 01.002.200, it changed completely, which might be the case considering the tests I've shown are from before patch 01.002.200. I know, a lot of zeros there. And there are a few Helldivers out there who are assuming that when they changed the ergonomics for the sterilizer, that somehow changed it for the AMR, DCR, and the adjudicator. I can't tell you exactly whether that's true or not, but something after that patch number changed the weapon sway. Overall, my thoughts are, I don't think this is a huge unintentional nerf that's going to affect those weapons that much. However, at the same time, I know that if you've been a big fan of the DCR, AMR, or the adjudicator, then this probably has annoyed you to some degree, right? I think the next patch coming up, whenever it is, will most likely resolve the weapon sway nerf that was unintentionally made. I think Arrowhead does a great job at patching up issues quickly, and I think they'll do right by the players and fix the weapon sway. Anyway, That kind of rhymed. Anyway, if you have noticed the unintentional nerf lately, then let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Let's move along and see what's going on with the Meridia singularity. You can see that's moved slightly more to the left, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon, at least until we're able to get the repulsive gravity field generator up and working. But until then, it seems like it's making a direct path towards Nublaria and Pillin 5. Sure, it looks bad right now. However, we're almost done completing the latest major order, and eventually we're going to build the generator that will hopefully put an end to the singularity sooner or later. Speaking of the major order, I thought we were going to lose at first because it seemed like there was no way we were going to win. Usually no one reads the dispatches, yet it seems I was wrong this time, and divers looked at the dispatch that clearly told us where to go. For example, in one strategic advisory, High Command explained that we should go to Akamar and liberate it so that it would stop the terminate attack on Turin and Crimsica as well. They gave us another strategic advisory before that one that also explained how to stop attacks, and it's just incredible to see that High Command's messages have actually guided divers in the right direction, and yeah, we've won the latest major order. Now, to sort of backtrack about the next major order, I have a feeling we're going to have to do something after this one to build the gravity generator. There was an accident from High Command that was revealed about last week, I believe, that there was going to be some sort of way to collect illuminate samples to build the generator. So I suspect that's what we're going to do next. Besides the major order, there's some good news about the Helldivers board game expansion that was just revealed recently today. Last time, we talked about the Arctic biome tiles, and today's Steamforged Games revealed a Karen Prime biome tile. In this post, they revealed that when playing on this biome, you'll have two different event cards to shuffle into the stack, such as Fog and Ion Storm. Fog will reduce maximum range by 1 to minimum of 0, and Helldivers may only move up to 1 space until the next event triggers. The Ion Storm will disable stratagems just like it does in game, and all enemies can move once this event is active. Also, Steamforged Games went on to say that if you have pledged either the Galactic Commander or Hell Commander pledge levels, then you have automatically unlocked 10 new tile designs. And these are added to your pledge level as part of one of the 2 mystery expansions. In fact, in this post, they revealed one of them, which is called the Planetary Campaign expansion that comes with the new environmental tiles, fresh landscapes, deadly hazards, and they mentioned immersive new battlegrounds. Now continuing forward, they've given us another update before this one, which includes the Impaler, and the Impaler miniatures look incredibly cool. They've included tentacles, and you've got this Impaler here digging into the ground like you see in game. I'm a big fan of these miniatures. They're amazing, and hopefully Arrowhead will have plans to sell miniatures like this at some point down the road. Nonetheless, there's a card that comes with different phases for the Impaler, such as tentacles can move up to 5 spaces away from the Impaler. There's a lot more to look at in this post, as well as the post we looked at previously about the new biome tiles. What I'll do is leave a link below for you all to check out, and you can let me know your thoughts on this. Are you going to purchase this board game, or are you going to pass on it? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Alright, switching gears, we're now going to look at a cool trick that you can use on factory striders. If you equip a recoilless rifle to your loadout, then dive onto a planet that's occupied by the automatons, you should be able to locate a factory strider at some point. Once you have found one, go ahead and aim for the feet instead of the head or body. What you'll see here is that you can one-shot factory striders without a problem. Usually a lot of divers will tend to aim for the laser turret on the top, or the turrets in the front where the face can be located. This is actually the wrong move, and you're better off just aiming at the factory strider's feet. If you didn't know about that, then there you go. It's going to help you quite a lot when taking out factory strider convoys. Lastly, as always, at the end of the video, we have the top 3 comments. If you Helldivers would like to be featured, all you have to do is comment below. The first top comment comes from Double K RPG. The illuminate disconnecting and reconnecting your USB is on point. Yeah, I apologize for that, and I don't know if it was, I think at first it was my USB, and then afterwards it was probably just some random Discord message or ping from a different channel, so that's probably what it was. The second top comment comes from Riddity Diggity Doo. Pretty new to the Helldivers community, but I have fallen in love with it. I just hope as the game progresses, it doesn't make it too hard for players like myself to get into it. Hey, well, welcome to the community, and I don't know. I think as time goes along, it might get difficult depending on the difficulty you choose. So anywhere between level 5 to level 7 difficulty, you should be fine. Anything above that, you might struggle. But you know what? You never know until you try, so give it a go and maybe it'll get easier. Last but not least, we have Dr. Sergey that said, I've never understood why the strats like turrets, mortars, mines, etc. aren't green when you throw them. Well, to be honest, that's a good point. I don't know. I can't tell you, to be fair. I think that it would be a great change to see, you know, all of those different stratagem colors, right? Offensive ones are red, support blue, and then green would be your mines and all the other ones, right? In the turrets and whatnot. I think that's a great idea, and maybe it needs to happen. Anywho, thank you all for commenting. I appreciate everyone that stopped by. If you can help support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you considered tapping the like button. And if you aren't subscribed or have your notifications on already, make sure to tap the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.